Y'all, we did it. My prediction, score-wise, was pretty close. Pretty close. We got that dub, 41-23. Brock Purdy with his best game of the entire year. Let's talk about it. So Brock Purdy went 18-30 for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns. No interceptions. Christian McCaffrey had 119 yards on the ground. Also had a receiving touchdown. Elijah Mitchell had another one of those receiving touchdowns. Debo had a huge 79-yard touchdown. Catch and run. Just put on the afterburner. Everybody always underestimates how fast that man is. When he gets in the open field, not only is he hard to bring down, but he's hard to catch. 79 yards to the house. Longest play from scrimmage all year long for the Niners. I said we needed to rush the ball between 30 and 40 times and we'd win today's game. 33 rushes on the day. And guess who had the only rushing touchdown? Brock Purdy. Crazy. Defensively, Eric Armstead opened up the game with a huge sack, which set the tone. Charles Omenihu had 2 sacks and a forced fumble, which Bosa recovered. And Daddy Greenlaw led the Niners with 11 total tackles. And I call him Daddy Greenlaw for this game specifically because that's what he is to the Seattle Seahawks. He is their father. Let's talk about that first half. It seems like every 49ers first half is just a little shaky, a little rocky, shows flashes of the greatness, but ends up in field goals, maybe some dumb penalties, but it's almost like we underachieve in the first half, so to speak. The first drive is normally pretty good, and then we go through some rough patches, and that's exactly what happened on both sides of the ball. This is just what's been happening, especially since Purdy took over as our starting quarterback. This is just seemingly what I've noticed. The first half looks kind of rough, but we're in it. If not with the lead, maybe a slim lead, or we're only down a point or two at halftime. And then the second half comes around, we make the adjustments, and the superior team shines, which is forever us. But that first half, y'all, we can't let that continually be a trend, especially as we get deeper into the playoffs. We play a team like the Eagles with more firepower, with Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders. Like, we can't do all that. We gotta take advantage early on and convert those field goals into touchdowns. So that's one point of concern. Second point of concern, again, I've talked about this in 2 of my Niner videos so far. The teams do this defensive rush up the middle and force Purdy out of the pocket. And they kept forcing Purdy out of the pocket, flushing him to his left. He would roll out, like sprint to the sideline, flip his hips, and then throw it downfield. It looked ugly. He did it like 4 times. And I'm like, okay, they're on to you. Like, I can see this from watching at home that this is something that you do, Brock. Fix it. Offensive line interior. You're not blocking up the middle. There's no pocket to step up into. And even if there is, he doesn't feel secure because you haven't been blocking up the middle. So just do your job better. Second half, they locked that down. That was not an issue. DK Metcalf was forever getting off in this game. I ain't too worried about it. Devontae Adams did the same thing. Kenneth Walker had 63 yards and a touchdown. That's fine. He's a good back. He can have that. Just like DK, he's a good receiver. He's a big-bodied receiver. He can have those yards. Some of those yards near the end there, and that second touchdown in garbage time. So, whatever. Mooney Ward, though, didn't have a great game today. Travarius, bro, slipping all over the place, out of position, just didn't have a good game. Lenoir, though, I could tell early on, obviously, I said this in the video, he would be the fish. That's the guy they would pick on. Even though they were completing passes on him, it would be like just inches from his outstretched arms. Like, he was right there. He was putting himself in good position. It was just a better throw and a better catch. I'm not mad at that. There was a couple times that he was completely out of position. You'll have that too. But for the most part, I noticed Lenoir having a really good game. And then there in the second half, it all clicked. He jumped the route, got an interception. And I'm like, okay, Lenoir, this is the guy we need. Because if they see Ward over here actually, getting with the flow a little bit, they're going to still keep coming to pick on you. If you're picking it off, that's good times for us. Because then what do? It seemed like our defense was content with giving them the underneath stuff all day long. We gave them all the checkdowns and the underneath routes. We did get beat over the top once. That was all about positioning and slipping. But for the most part, when we went into halftime and made those adjustments, we came out that second half on fire on both sides of the ball. Brock Purdy didn't look rattled in the second half. Our running game put the game away. Kittle blocking his butt off. The offensive line secured the inside. The edges were fine all day long for the most part. The connection between Brock Purdy and Juan Jennings actually ended up connecting there in the second half when Brock made an amazing throw to him. Amazing throw downfield. Barely got contacted. Almost a touchdown. Sick throw and catch. In the first half, their chemistry just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. And I was screaming at my TV, stop throwing it to Jennings. It's just not working right now. Come back to it later if anything. Throw it to Debo. Throw it to Ayuk. And Ayuk, he missed. Brock had a very Patrick Mahomes-esque play there in the fourth quarter. He rolled out to his left, flipped around, he rolled back over to the right. He pump faked and went under another guy, set his feet, throw it to the back right corner of the end zone, and Ayuk dropped it. I don't care if the defender had his hand there too. Ayuk got to bring that in because that's a highlight play that nobody is ever going to forget. That play right there showed me exactly who Brock Purdy is, because not only did he do all that, but at the end of the play, he got smacked. Should have been a touchdown pass. Brock should have 4 today. Bro, Brock Purdy's a dude. He's a dude. Even though his stats weren't phenomenal in the first half, you could see that he was taking shots down the field. And as long as we just kept our game plan alive, things would work out perfectly. And they did. I was kind of concerned with that first half because we were really trying to force that ball through the air. I still feel like we should get Kittle involved in the game a little bit more. He only ended up with 2 catches and 37 yards. He did get that 1 2-point conversion though. So he was involved technically, but I feel like he can do more. But it's okay. Brock still threw for 332. All those people, Colin Cowherd and company, everybody through ESPN, FS1, they were all doubting Brock Purdy. I've never seen it. Rookie quarterback in the playoffs. Blah, blah, blah. 332 for 3 touchdowns. Should have been 4. No picks. No turnovers, period, from this man. And a rushing touchdown. He was responsible for 4 touchdowns today and should have been responsible for 5. We blew out the Seahawks 41-23. We blew them out. Man, what a good game. So I don't know who we face. The weekend's still got to go on here. Got a lot more football to watch, but I feel very good as a 49ers fan moving forward with the team effort that I saw today, with the adjustments that I saw today. It wasn't a perfect game, but when you can play a not so perfect game and still blow a team out, y'all, we're doing something good. So upward and onward to the next round. Once we find out who that opponent is and how the rest of the weekend went down, we'll talk about it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Talk that talk, Niner Nation, down in the comments. Screw you, Seahawks. Forever screw you, Seahawks. With a smile on my face. Till the next one, peace. Burn it down!